This is one amazing kitchen, but before we get into the details, I want to take a moment to highlight how centrally located this is on the floor plan. Not only do we have convenient access right off the garage, but we're also located near the stairs. So whether you're coming up from the lower level or down from the loft, the kitchen's just a few steps away. And right behind me is the great room. Now this kitchen really does have a lot of things to highlight, but the first thing my eye went to was this impressive range hood. We used rustic hickory on the range hood, just like we did with the rest of the kitchen cabinets, but we went with a darker contrasting stain to really give it that accent feel. Up above, we have a nickel gap board, which plays off very well with the rest of the hand-hewn tongue and groove you'll see throughout the home. And just below the trim here, we have an 8-inch wide plank that ties in with the 8x8 ceiling beams in the kitchen. And throughout this kitchen, we'll see this mirror tiled backsplash. And what that does is with the under cabinet lighting, it allows the light to reflect off not only the backsplash, but then also off the granite countertops, just reflecting all that light back into the kitchen. And we have to talk about this dual oven range combo. This Wolf unit is 48 inches wide, has dual ovens. What's great about that is you can literally be cooking multiple dishes at different temperature settings. Up above is 4 gas burners with a griddle located in between. You could pretty much cook every meal possible at the same time on this thing. Another thing I think the Golden Eagle design team absolutely nailed was the incorporation of this window. By going to a casement style window, we're able to conveniently unlock and open the window from the bottom of the window. Now imagine if that was a double hung window. You'd have to reach up about midway to unlock it and then lift the window up, making it much harder to access. Another thing to point out about the window is the design itself. We lined up the center of the window with the faucet, the light fixture above, and even the beam that carries across the island. Those are the little details that make it so great to work with Golden Eagle log and timber homes. And just below the window, we've got this black granite farmhouse sink. I mean, in a farmhouse style home, you gotta have a farmhouse sink. That black plays off very nicely with the black granite countertops we see throughout the home. Again, the black mirrored tiled backsplash, the black fixtures, even the black handle pulls. And I think all that ties in really well with the darker knots that you get in the hickory cabinets as well. And right over here, we have this impressive island. This island is 5 foot by 7 foot. And look at the countertop. We've got the extra thick edge all the way around. Really plays well with the timbers and just this caliber of home. And you might notice that this is the same stain that we used on the range hood earlier. Now in an ordinary home, the side of this island might just be left blank. But here we added custom end panels to really give it that furniture-like appearance. We even extended the toe kick, adding just one more touch. And while we're down here, you might notice that we didn't do the extended toe kick on the perimeter cabinets. And that's because the client wanted to incorporate toe kick lighting throughout the kitchen. Another hidden detail to this island is the extra storage you get by adding doors to the back of the island. On top of the island, we've got these discrete pop-up outlets. Very convenient for if you're hosting a party, you've got crock pots out, you don't want cords hanging over the edge of the island. And then of course, right over here, we've got the Wolf microwave drawer. And just behind me, we have the Sub-Zero fridge. I think Golden Eagle's kitchen team did an excellent job of integrating not only this fridge, but all the appliances throughout this kitchen for a seamless look. Over here, we added the refrigerator end panel. That allowed us not only to give it the built-in look, but also to bring the upper cabinet out flush to the edge of the refrigerator. Imagine if that cabinet was further back. It'd be harder to get at, and you'd even see the top of the refrigerator. And speaking of the upper cabinets, when you have 10-foot ceilings like we do in this kitchen, it's a really good idea to add the upper cabinets. Not only does it fill in that space, but it also gives you the ability to add decorative glass at the top. By backlighting that glass, It brings in a lot more light, almost making it feel like there's windows all the way around. And right next to the fridge, we have this beverage station. We start out with this oversized prep sink. Great for rinsing out your drinks, dumping your coffee, that kind of stuff. Right above there is integrated wine storage. Just next to the sink, we have the Sub-Zero under cabinet beverage center. And on top of that, a great place to store your coffee pot. You know, I really like how your coffee pot you're probably gonna keep out every day, but yet in this design, it's tucked off over to the side, kind of hidden from the rest of the view of the kitchen. And one thing I didn't mention was the under cabinet lighting. Not only does it add great ambient lighting, but it can also be used for task lighting, making your drinks or maybe that morning coffee and you don't want to turn all the lights on. And once your coffee's ready, there's no better place to enjoy it than right over here. And here we are on this impressive covered porch. I mean, you really do get the feeling like you're up in the trees, just looking out the back of the property, great views. And it all starts with Golden Eagle's signature 8x8 hand-hewn timbers. We're not only using them for the post, but we're also using them as the braces going up to the headers. We've got double headers going across the front and the turkey track up above. Just above us, we have our rustic knotty pine tongue and groove ceiling that brings us over to the outdoor fireplace. Now this is the same chase and the same stone that was on the interior duplicated to the exterior. We even raised the hearth just like inside. Just imagine those cool fall nights, you can still sit out here and enjoy the outdoors. Now the clients tell us that they just love sitting out on this covered porch, enjoying dinner, listening to nature. But let's go back inside and show you where the main dining is. Now whether you're enjoying dinner out on the covered porch or back here in the dining room, you're definitely not sacrificing the view with this impressive window. And speaking of the windows, again, look how balanced we are. We've lined up the table with the center window and even the beam above. And speaking of the table, this was custom built by the builder using a live edge slab provided by Golden Eagle Log and Timber Homes.